Hello, welcome to a Monday night live stream. The first one in, well, quite some time. Because last week we were live on Tuesday, so now we're live back on our usual Monday spot, and this is where we should be for some time. Uh, Hopefully you all enjoy this one. We're going to do the first ever live unboxing on this channel. Actually, the first unboxing, I think, period, actually. So let's check out to see who's here. Grish is here. He guessed something new for the stream. No, actually. Well, I guess it could be used for streaming. Nils says, what a tease. We'll check out the VOD later. Well, thank you, Nils, for watching later. Do like the watch time, or watch hours, obviously. Let me go check out our statistics, since we didn't do that last week. We are currently sitting at 1,628 subscribers, which is awesome. The watch hours are 2,928. They had been about 2,930 or 40. Obviously, with me not streaming for like 3-4 weeks, they've gone down, but they haven't gone down that much, so that's really cool. I've been getting a lot of comments on some older videos. Rivendell was a request to do more content on Rivendell, and then I've had a request to do my Nginx with RTMP setup video. Whoever was, I forget, wanted like SSL encryption and something else. Oh, a domain name, which I was like, okay, well, we can maybe revisit those in the future. I do want to get back to FFmpeg and building that. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Just going to probably revisit some topics here coming up, updating them and whatnot. Toro says hello, and how is everybody tonight? Grish says he thinks he's officially recovered from CrowdStrike. Well, that's good. That was definitely a struggle for many, many people. Eric says, coming through loud and clear. That is awesome. Hank from South Carolina is checking in. Eric says, yes, we just need those extra hours. Kurt from Clear Life Media is here. Good to see you. Long time no see. Those studios, hopefully that studio's going well. I saw some pictures. So we're going to do an unboxing, and as Toro commented, he knows what it is. It's got to be a portable battery, and you are correct. I'm not going to be using it as a portable battery, but obviously it could be used as one. That's what it's designed for. I'm going to be using it as a sump pump backup battery system that happens to be portable. So we're going to get to that. And as you probably know, since you've watched this channel, we typically only have the one camera in front of me. So tonight, I have rigged up something new that I want to try real quick just to see kind of what you guys think. And so if I push these buttons in the right order, it might actually work. So let's go to oops, that didn't work. Why does it? Oh. Why did that not work? That should be working right now. There we go. This is a portable camera. And not a portable camera, it's my cell phone. But I am using SRT to bring you a second camera. So I can actually open up a box and show you what's inside, as opposed to just giving you this view. And this will come in handy later, because I hope to actually go in there into the mechanical room and install it and actually see if it works. So While the video may be a little shaky tonight, I hope you bear with me. We hopefully will have a good live stream. Grish says, I'm curious what the rating of that battery is versus something like an old-fashioned UPS. Well, we're going to find out. So let's start. I do have the camera up higher to kind of see. Oh yeah. Actually, that's so. I just think I'm one of those fancy schmancy YouTubers now. I don't know if I'd go that far. There's a button called JEU. Yeah. I think it still works. So if I do this and then yeah, actually it still works. That's funny. Haven't used that in a while. So let's get the box up here and see what we can do. So as you saw from the picture, it's not exactly very big, but yeah. So you know what I forgot to do in unboxing is bring a knife. I should have a knife somewhere down here. This'll do. So you all know, if you watched last week, the drama that is my sump pump and basement. So I bought this. And yes, I have not actually seen this. This is straight out of the box. I have not seen this at all. So here is what I bought. It is the Ecoflow River 2 Pro. So it's 1600 watts max. My sump pump, when pumping water, did about 662 watts. So there's definitely some overhead here, but that's good because I didn't want to. I don't want to push it. Its capacity is 768 watt hours. It says it has a normal output of 800 watts with a surge to 1600 watts. However, that surge is also by derating the voltage. So that's not going to work very well long term, and it's not going to work for some things. But I'm hoping that the motor can handle, you know, if it is more than 800 watts surge, that temporary short, voltage drop's not going to hurt the motor too much, because I know when it's actually pumping, it's only 662. So pretty small box. Actually, I'll admit it's kind of smaller than I thought it would be. So so let's cut this. Tape's on there pretty well, actually. And sorry if there's any noises going on. This microphone I realize, is actually hitting the table. Should probably move that back ever so slightly. Sorry about that. So here we are opening the box, which I gotta go put on the floor because it's too tall. And I can actually use my little handy dandy shot camera to do this. I'm not sure why you're not seeing that. That's a little concerning to me. You should be seeing. Oh, that's got to turn the downstream off. Oops, there we go. So here you can see, you don't want to see my feet. The box comes with some padding, a little document, I'm guessing that's a how-to guide. And then you can see the actual unit itself. And yeah, so it's not, you know, it's not very big. There's the front of it. And got DC output, or maybe that's, yeah, got DC output, got USB, 4 AC. Let's see here, does it work? It does. So you can see, you can turn on different parts. It's handy. There's a built-in handle up here, hence why it is designed to be portable. You look at the back, there's the AC input, and then there's the a solar input. I didn't buy solar panels, but you obviously can, and probably be something I might look into in the future. This thing's very small, actually. It's a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be. I'm not going to lie. So yeah, so let me catch up on this chat real quick, and then I will we'll go into the room and plug it in. Yeah, the JU lives. Used many a car key. They are not variable pumps. Yeah, the River 2 Pro. Yeah, in essence, it is a brownout, kind of. I mean, like I said, I don't think it'll be too much of a deal, but that was definitely one of the things that was mentioned in a review that I watched, is that it does, I guess, derate the voltage in order to get that extra capacity. Yeah. Oh yeah, I should have mentioned that. So the app is the Haivision Play Pro, or oops. Yeah, Play Pro from Haivision. It's advertised as a player for SRT streams, but you can go in and you can define a custom channel for the services, and then you can actually stream. And so what I'm doing is I'm doing SRT off the phone to OBS as a scene, and OBS can bring in SRT and then obviously just layer it over. So that's why on the Stream Deck, when I change, I'm actually changing scenes in OBS, and so I can't do chat, and well, I guess I could do chat, but it's not, OBS is not set up that way. So it's either chat, or it's a JAU counter, or it's the phone. It's obviously not real time. There is some delay. It's a little awkward at first when you're trying to navigate around looking at both, but I figured for the unboxing, it would work best. It does kind of look like a cooler box. Like, it looks like, you know, you could just take this and walk around with it and have food inside. Yeah, it did. I was actually surprised it had any charge, so that's kind of cool. What's the model? This is the River Pro 2, or River 2 Pro. Sorry, River 2 Pro, which I thought I was getting a good deal on it when it was like $399. Now Amazon just has it as $379. So I would have actually saved $20 by waiting. But whatever. I mean, it's not a bad price for sure. If it does everything it says it will, that's a pretty good price. Grish says, the only concern I have with these types of devices, non-repairable nature of them. That is true. These are not designed to be repaired yourself, but they say they last 10 years, and I'm pretty sure I read somewhere. I don't know where maybe it doesn't say in the box, but I think it's 3 years full warranty. I feel like. In case you're curious, the gross weight is 9.85 kilograms. For those of you who are in Canada, it does have a smart app, which I will be interested to try. Yeah, it doesn't say on here, but I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's like 10 years, three-year warranty. So I mean, if it lasts 3 years and then dies, and it was $300, $400. So I just opened up the little accessory box that comes with it. Here's a DC charger. I'm not sure any cars have DC chargers anymore, but I know mine doesn't. But in theory, I could charge it off of a DC connector in a car. That's cool. Here's the heavy duty, and this is heavy duty IEC cord. Feels like a server one. Like it's stiff, it's thick, and it's even got a Faraday bead on, or a Faraday thing on it. Silica gel. And it has a DC to DC barrel jack. I'm not sure what that would be for, but I guess they might have went with the standard electronics size, or I guess it'd power some things. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, Haivision's cool. Haivision is the people who basically made SRT initially. Yeah, the battery Ecoflow River 2 Pro. It advertises a lot of charge and discharge cycles. 10,000 seems high, but that could be right. I don't know. Yes, perfect camping battery. And yeah, so I think we talked about, I don't know if we talked about it the week before or not, but I did talk to people about this at work, is, I could have went and bought a generator, but I don't have, I didn't want to spend a lot of money, and generators are, expensive. Even if you buy a small one, they're kind of expensive, and they don't do manual, or they don't do automatic start. You need to put them in some kind of enclosure. They got to be outside. They need gas. They need maintenance. The idea of this being maintenance-free and something that's automatic was what I really wanted. I have, several times where I'm either at work or I'm out of town, and I don't have to worry about, generator starting, or, can my wife, go outside in the storm and get it started? What happens if it doesn't start? All that stuff. So that's why I wanted something that was basically automatic and, in theory, maintenance-free. It is maintenance-free, I guess. There's nothing you can do on this, so therefore it's maintenance-free. But then I also thought that, if it's perfectly sunny outside and there's no need, there's no chance of storms, I could take this out. I could unplug it and take it out with me in the yard if I needed power. Or I could take it to the park. We could watch, TV in the park with it, whatever, take it to small TV. I don't know. It has a lot of opportunities, for use outside the house as well, given, good weather. Toro says he was eyeing the Yoshino power station that Matt Farrell. Yes, that's the solid state one, right? The one that it's all solid state battery. That one seemed interesting as well, but it seems very unproven at this point, I guess, is a way to phrase that. Obviously, always interesting to see new stuff, and if the solid state ones come around and are better long term and they come down in price, then that's even better. So I think it would be best to go see what this thing can do. So let me fire up my app, and I'm going to apologize now for any shakiness or audio issues because, yeah. It's a semi-solid state. Okay. Oh, it was misadvertised. It's not solid state. It's a semi-solid state. Let's do it live. Yes, we are. So let me switch over to my phone. Again, that's not working like I wanted it to. I think it's because I'm starting and stopping the stream. Oh, it just takes a long time to, that's interesting. Alrighty, now we're gonna see if the audio works. So let me know if this works. I'm gonna kill the microphone and bring back OBS. Do you guys still have me? All right, Grish says it works. So let's go. And again, I apologize for the shakiness and the mess. So this is our back room. Oh, and here you can see what water does to doors. Never get water in your basement. Just you know. So here we are in the back. This is the tech wall. I think you guys have seen this before. Sorry for the bad lighting. I should have thought about this ahead of time. Over here is the TrueNAS box, booting off solid state drive via USB, so it does complain. Here's my two virtualization servers, my PF Sense box. This is my old TrueNAS box. This is no longer being used. As you can see, it's powered off. You have Cisco switches up there. One of them is powered off, 10 gig, 1 gig. My DirecTV setup, this will probably be going away hopefully soon because we're going to be getting fiber, and I'm going to switch to their IP TV system. So all three of these will go away. Up here is my antenna system. Oops, sorry, right here. I gotta watch the monitor, not where I'm pointing. So this is my antenna system. So I have an antenna in my attic. It comes to here. This provides the power for the booster, and then I split it 8 ways. I don't have 8 TVs in the house, but I do have cables ran to certain places that will have TV, or that I might need TV. Like this is going to the other room for basically severe weather. In case we have severe weather, the TV in the other room can be turned on and used. And so here is the sump pumps. Again, this is, you got 2 of them. They are fastened together so they don't move. This is actually a radon tube. And then you see down here in the well, the crock, the 2 sump pumps. So my plan is to basically mount this to the wall, or build a shelf here. For now, I'm gonna just kind of put this over here off to the side. I wish I would have thought to put this on something, maybe this will work. Again, I'm sorry for the shaky video. I was just giving this a shot. Not quite sure what to expect. So there's my dehumidifier, of course, because now I'm running dehumidifiers at all time. So we're gonna put this on the ground. Like I said, this is a crazy heavy-duty IEC cable. And actually, I just realized I have to do the other one because the other one actually is sitting in water, so I have to move it a little bit. Good, you guys can still see it. So now it's plugged into the wall, and you see it just came to life. It is currently drawing 863 watts from the wall. I'm gonna go grab my laptop and I can read the comments here. Give me a second. All right, so I'm back. Mic is working. Just say no to the water, channel master. So yeah, we'll visit this. So good. Chris says, I'm surprised how well that SRT stream is working. SRT is pretty reliable. Yeah, and the access point's right in the same room, so not surprised by that. But yeah. So, wish I would have thought that one through. Everything's kind of wire tied, so I don't want to cut my wire ties. So, in theory, that's plugged in. You can see it. So let's try. I'm going to reach down in there and see if I can actually get this thing to run. Oh, that did not run. Okay. Probably because this thing's being stupid. Cut the wire ties, I guess. Maybe it'll reach. Without it, there we go. So let's try direct. Oh, so that on-off switch would have burned me because. Oh, and there the sump pump just ran on its own. So there you go. It just worked. So let me unplug it from the wall now. And so it's not getting any power right now. And there it drained it on a battery, not being plugged in. Did you guys happen to catch how much power that actually drew? Because I would love to know that. Maybe I can move you closer. We can do it again. Yeah, we can do that. Nope, not tall enough. Let's try something else. There, this should work. All right, perfect. So there you can see the setup. I'm gonna try holding down the on switch, and I'm curious to know what kind of power output you see. All right, now that was obviously sucking air for a little bit, but at first there was water. So I'm curious what you guys saw. Let me know in the chat. Yes, Satoru says, so does Ecoflow have a UPS-like functionality? Yes, it always is, it's always, I think, in line, or it's fast switching. So let me plug that back in. Now you can see the that it's getting power, and it's drawing. You know, it's getting power from the wall. That's what I was going to try to say. Let me see if I can grab my power supply and my USB cable, and we'll plug some more things into it. All right, so here's my laptop. So my laptop's plugged in. So now my laptop and phone are both plugged in. Let's try plugging in the dehumidifier. Dehumidifier is now plugged in and barely consuming anything. That's actually surprising. So right now it's powering my laptop, my cell phone, a dehumidifier, and in theory a sump pump. All right, so it looks like you guys are saying that it surged to, there's 693, 868. I mean, 868, that's only 68 more than it's, in theory, designed to output normally, so I don't think that'll be a problem. Doug Johnson said it's slower than a true UPS. That's fine. I mean, I don't think it's going to be a big deal if it's a little slower. Yeah, nowhere near the max current, that's for sure. I am really curious to know, now that the dehumidifier is running, that it's barely consuming any power. And it's definitely on high. I'm just going to check to make sure that it actually was working. So this thing's charging awfully quick. I think we started out at 28%. We're already at 40%. It's now drawing 900 watts from the wall. So Eric says it's got way more capacity than typical UPS. Yeah, I figured that based on my math, this thing can run for 46 minutes non-stop. And that's pumping water, which is why I got it. So, yeah, it's looking at drawing 60 watts on the AC, USB power, yeah. Pretty cool. That's not 60 watts, is it? No. Yeah, the Ecoflow will run, I think will run a lot longer than a typical UPS. I mean, I don't think you can touch a UPS for this price. What else you want to plug in? Let's plug in one of my servers. So I just plugged in one of my big Dell servers. So that's a dual Xeon machine running. Ooh, now we're drawing 1200 watts on the input. So it's outputting, okay, so what it must have done is it's outputting wattage and charging the battery at the same time. Hence why the input is growing so much. Trying to get that to go back in focus for you guys. I think you can read it, but yeah, I mean, I think you guys can tell what it's doing. How loud is the internal cooling fan? Well, between the servers and the radon thing, I can't hear it. Let me walk around and see. Oh yeah, you can hear it. I don't have a good way to show you, or to but you can definitely hear it. Now, where'd the menu go? I wonder how you get the menu back. Oh, you pushed it, okay. So I think maybe you can hear it. I don't know if you can hear that or not, probably not, but it definitely is making some noise. Not enough noise is going to be a problem because, like I said, my servers and my radon fan are louder than it. You know, you're probably right. It probably has... There we go. Good call, Grish. Oh, Eric says he could hear the fan. Okay. I'm going to try the sump pump again, since everything else is on and working. There, that did pump some water. So again, to recap, I have a server, a laptop, a phone, a dehumidifier, and a sump pump all plugged in. Now obviously the sump pump's not running constantly, but everything else is. So based on this, I mean, this thing could run for a while. I'm hoping we can get to 50% battery capacity here pretty soon. And then I am going to unplug it and we'll see how long it thinks it has to run. Correct, Grish. That the pump, in theory, shouldn't be running 24/7. It never has. So I think the pump will typically run for about 10 to 15 seconds in a worst case scenario. We'll run for like 10 or 15 seconds and then might be off for a minute. So when I did my calculations, I got 46 minutes of continuous runtime. So I have a really good feeling that this thing will run for about 2 to 3 hours at least. The longest power outage we've had here that I know of is 4 hours. But I think in 3 hours, you know, if I know we're on a battery backup unit and, you know, I know that it's pouring outside and it's going to continue to pour, that I can, you know, what I'm going to do is over here, these are both exterior walls. And so what I'm going to do is go up here and run a cable in just like this, and then put a second outlet right here and have them labeled utility and then like basically external. And then if we ever lose power, then all I have to do is go over, unplug the cable, plug it into the other one, and then I can go outside and I can plug in a generator. I can go plug in an inverter off my car. I mean, because this thing can bring in whatever you bring it, I can plug this into my car and you know, provide some, maybe bring a little bit of juice in to help keep it going longer. We also have, you know, several inverters in Jeeps at work, and I could go get a Jeep from work, or, you know, who knows? I have lots of options. So I think as long as I get, you know, I pre-wire an outlet to outside, if I know I'm going to be longer than 3 hours, I could go get more power, and that would buy me some time. My neighbor has a big generator. His sump pump is located about 15 feet from mine, give or take. So if he's outside with his generator, I could run a cable over and say, can I recharge my battery? You know, I could also, in theory, take this to some place that has power and plug it in. Obviously, if the water's coming in a lot, that won't work. But I mean, in theory, I could go get some other power and then bring it back here. Again, not ideal, but at least there's some options. All right, so now that we're over 50%, I'm going to kill the power input. And so at our current draw, at 50%, this thing says 36 minutes at 50%. Now, again, this is constant draw. So, I mean, this thing's going to run, if that was 100%, I'm going to guess this thing could run for an hour at the current status. So, I mean, I'm obviously not going to run a dehumidifier during a power outage. I'm going to turn that thing off. So now this is just powering a laptop, a phone, and a server. So now it says this could run this setup for 2 hours. So at full capacity, this is going to run it for 4 hours. That's one server, one laptop, and one phone. Let me go in and turn off my server. So I unplugged my laptop just out of curiosity. My servers are running at about 130 watts each. So go into my server. I just told my server to shut down. Server shutting down. And it looks like it's off. So now we're up to 9 hours at 50% capacity. I mean, that's 18 hours on a laptop and a cell phone. So, I mean, in theory, this thing could, run for 18 hours with internet, like a hotspot, your phone, and a laptop. I mean, no joke, that's pretty cool. Let me turn the sump pump on real quick and see what it says for some calculations. I won't be able to watch this and do this, so I'm going to let it run for like 10 seconds. I'm curious to see how many hours or how many minutes it drops down to. All right, I don't know what that said. If you could write that in the chat, I'd love to know what that went down to. All right, I'm gonna. Did anyone notice what it went down to? One hour. Okay. I'm gonna go back to the my main desk. Let me unplug some things. Sorry about that. I didn't realize I was covering up the camera. I'm definitely not used to. I'm definitely not used to running the camera, mobile. So, in case you've never seen it, this is what I use to switch the show. I have, program sources listed here. I have preview sources, which I never really use. I have graphics, so I can change. Sorry, this is that out of focus thing. I think you're right. I think the focus is probably because of this app. Because the Android phone is way better than that. So there you have graphics. So like when I do slideshows, I actually can change the graphic. And then I have audio, where I can change audio sources, but I also have two shortcuts right here. So right now we're on OBS audio, but I can go back to my microphone. And then as you saw earlier, I have OBS, and I can change templates in OBS. I have a cough button, and then I have my camera one with microphone, PC, MP1 is the media player one, and then I have a take button just because I'm old school and sometimes I like to go back and forth with a certain source, so I can push one button and go back and forth. So here I'm going to go into OBS. And now I'm on the regular mic, which is now way out here. So, what did you guys think? I think it was a huge, I think it was the right move in terms of investment to make sure that that sump pump can run for multiple hours or even up to an hour of solid run time. So, yeah. Let me go. Oh, I got to plug my mouse back in. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this or not, but I hate trackpads. Like, I hate trackpads with a passion. So I have to have a mouse. Alrighty, so let's go back to the top. I'm just curious what I do. Okay, so Eric says, one thing I remember during Hurricane Katrina is that cell phone towers had backup at ground level. Yeah, that's not good. 10 seconds would make a big difference either. Sorry, 10 milliseconds would make a difference to most things. Was there charging instructions? Probably in the thing I didn't read. There's DIY solar panel connections. Oh, so here is a 5-year warranty if you register it. So I think it was Grish, or I think it was you were talking about. I hope I didn't need the proof of purchase sticker because I think I threw the box away already. Oops. Hopefully I can do it. It doesn't say in the charging instructions anything about charging. Talks about disposing. It's interesting. Do not allow this product to come in contact with liquid. That's an obvious one. This product is not recommended for powering medical emergency equipment. In other words, it can't power a CPAP machine, it says. Oh, here's a question. One of you said, what is the servicing? It says, have servicing performed by a qualified repair person. So I guess technically there is a way. Oh, this is good. For long-term storage, please discharge the product every 3 months. This product, so first discharge it to 0%, then charge to 60%. This product will not be covered by the warranty if it is not charged or discharged for more than 6 months. So if you let it sit for more than 6 months, you lose your warranty. That's interesting. Interesting note. When the power supply is connected to the normal mode to a refrigerator, the power supply may automatically shut down due to the power fluctuation of the refrigerator. If the refrigerator stores medicines, vaccine, or high-value items, it is highly recommended that you set the AC output to never turn off through the app. So that's good to know. I should probably make sure I turn that on because I don't want the pump to ever shut off. So therefore, I should make sure that the outputs are always on. That's good to know. Has grounding instructions, which I find interesting since it's designed to be internal or it's all internal. Yeah. So yeah. I think it just said there in what did it just say? Oh. I thought it said how much the fan noise was, but it doesn't. For those curious, it's 10.6 inches by 10.2 by 8.9. So yeah, so I gotta register it, that's for sure. Definitely gonna register it. Definitely going to keep some of that stuff in handy. Yeah. So I am very happy with what I've seen so far. So I think, let's see here. Let's go back to where did I leave? Where is Joe? Where's Tony? Where's Bob? Where's Jason? Jeremy? I mean, we're missing a lot of people tonight. Eric says he bought 2 of the smaller units, the River 2s. Yeah, they probably say that for that reason, yep. Eric says he's got 2 APC UPSs upstairs, and one of them costs the same as 2 of the River units. Yeah, I'm very impressed. Lithium ion breaks down and releases gas when kept at 100% charge for months. Yes, we found out that, yeah, batteries went kapooey pretty fast during COVID because they were always plugged in. I think I'm going to put in my calendar to do a monthly check, and I will probably, come down here and I will unplug it and discharge it for, to 50% or whatever it is. Kind of like what they were saying, never go more than 6 months without discharging it or, charging it. So after Jay's reading the directions, it's convinced me to read my directions. I mean, I don't read directions often, but I feel like on something like this that, is new and different than what I'm used to, probably a good idea to read the instructions. Yep, had many laptops do the same thing. It sucked. We were going through laptops pretty damn fast. Toro says 1 JAU. According to my counter, we're at 54 minutes, which I get that I started later, so that's fine. Ooh, my phone's actually kind of hot. I don't think it likes doing... Yes, cancel that. Yeah, but I mean, that's... Yeah, so I mean, this yay for JU. But the Haivision app, I highly recommend. That was pretty good. That was pretty cool. I didn't get a chance to watch it, but you guys said it was solid. The Ecoflow River 2 Pro, solid. I would, at this point, would highly recommend, even though I've only used it for like an hour. Pretty cool. I think what I might do next week is I might power my whole streaming setup off of that and see how long it'll last. That'd be fun to do next week. Toro says he needs something that would assist your ward driving. That'll do it. I mean, that'll power a lot of Wi-Fi gear. Yeah, Eric, you don't want to leave things plugged in. I mean, if they've got batteries in them, they're designed to get used. Yep, Haivision SRT, no dropouts. I did actually reach out to them a couple, I want to say like a year ago, and to see if they would be interested in, donating or sponsoring something for the channel. They never responded. I'm obviously a lot bigger now. Maybe I'll try again, but I was very impressed. I was very impressed with their products. And there we go. Grish is going to go get one because of this review. So, Ecoflow, if you're watching, hit me up. It's a WWE match. I don't know if I go that far. My money is on the TVJ studio. Well, I mean, I don't think there's much more over here than was over there. In fact, there's probably less. I'm just curious of the runtime. And honestly, with that little test we just did, I mean, I could run probably my whole network. That's what I probably should do. That's what I should do. I should plug my whole networking setup, wall of tech in there, into that and see how much it's drawing and how long it can last. Because that would be a good test too, because that's what provides the internet. So, yeah, I'm gonna set up some different tests. That'd be interesting. Maybe next week I could power my wall of streaming or my wall of tech and my streaming setup off of it, and just see how long I could stream with internet and all my stuff, and go from there. I mean, I don't know. Toro says don't plug the server. I had the server plugged into that. That's one of the tests I did. Is I plugged the server into that, and then it ran. It was showing like 130 watts. Yeah, if you go back and watch, I think I said I'm plugging my server in now, and that was when it jumped up to about 500 watts, and then it came back down because obviously the booting up process takes more. But yeah, I had one of my two servers plugged in for that test. Internet, I could plug if the internet were to plug in the same thing as the sump pump, and then I'd have internet and the sump pump, and then if I get a webcam, I could monitor the sump pump, and yeah, I could have a whole thing running. 8-bit guy, he did an Ecoflow thing for his studio, and obviously he had the big battery units, and then had like the Expando ones or whatever, the add-on ones. That'd be sweet to put back there. I mean, hell, I could probably run a sump pump for like a day straight with those things. I think I talked about this before. Maybe I didn't. One of the things I do want to do is convert my HVAC system to being a hardwired switch to be a plug, because I would love to know what the fan actually draws, because if we ever needed to use it for heat, like if we ever were in a power outage in the winter, at that point the sump pump doesn't really run a whole lot. So if we ever in the middle of the winter and we lost power, but we still had natural gas, I would love to be able to plug the HVAC system into a battery unit like that and fire up the heat. if you're just running a fan, I don't know how much draw it would be. That's what I got to go measure. So that's why I want to convert it to a plug. And as long as there's a means of disconnect, I don't think it matters if it's a switch or a physical plug. It just basically has to have some way to disconnect the HVAC for maintenance. So I think converting it to a plug would suffice for the electrical code and the not be like, oh my God, what did you do? So yeah, yeah, that's kind of what I think. I don't think a fan draws a whole lot. So all you would need to do is get past that initial ignite, and I can't imagine that would consume a lot. But again, I don't know until I measure it. So I want to test that too, because if that Ecoflow unit could do both, could do sump pumps in the summertime and heating in the wintertime as backup units, oh, that'd be sweet. Yeah, so anything else? Any questions? I think this was a lot of fun. I hope you all enjoyed it. I had a blast. I think this was a lot of fun. Definitely a learning experience for sure. Got to figure out how to register it, that's for sure. Yes, Grish, I pointed out, I did actually plug one of the servers in. It was not the server with VMs running. I don't know how much of a difference that would make. The VMs barely make the server do anything. Let me see here now. The current server that's running my whole network right now, actually, the CPUs are doing kind of a lot. I'm not sure that's... No, they're not. Never mind. They're barely making a difference. They're barely running. The load average is 0.275. I'm not sure of what, but that's the load average right now. On the server that is running a lot of my network. All right, so if you guys don't have anything else, I think I'm going to wrap this live stream up. I do believe I will be back here next week. Let me double check. Yeah, I don't have anything next Monday. So I should be back next Monday. Like I said, I'm probably going to do some more Ecoflow testing. I will probably redo this thumbnail and the title to be more inclusive into what I'm actually doing. And then just note that this was a live stream and I didn't, so, but I do kind of hope that this stream gets noticed for what it is, because I think it was pretty cool. So thank you guys for being here, and you all have a good night.